What's your best? Why should we hire you? Response: literally, a candidate once said, because I'm good. I know I'm good. I have the data to show I'm good, and based on this interview, you know I'm good too. And to be fair, she was and is.
Because I need money and you need employees. Hired him on the spot.
A repost of a previous comment of mine. This is a variation on a theme as I was already working with the company, IT/networking consultancy, but when I moved from contractor to full-time I was offered what I considered to be less than what I was worth to my company, so I countered by asking for /15% more than what was offered. Boss, so for what you're asking we can get someone with 10 years of experience and arguably more qualified. Why do you think you're worth this much? Me? Well, I've been working here for about 18 months now as a contractor. You know how I operate, and I'm good at what I do. Boss: yes, and? Me: and ultimately how can you expect me to go out to customer sites to represent the company's best interests if I can't come in here and represent my own? Boss: Good answer. Scribbles on paper giving me my pay bump. To this day I still don't know where I got that saying from, or the balls to say it.
I once had a banker tell me a story about a former army captain interviewing for an investment position. They asked him why they should hire him. His answer was, I've killed people for $33K a year, what do you think I'm going to do for a six-figure job? He got the job.
I would reach into my pocket, pull out a note card that says, I am always prepared. Hand it to them.
To fulfill the prophecy of the chosen pizza delivery man.
You can't afford not to, given my penchant for arson.
What can your company offer to make me want to work for you? I had an incredible recruiter, and she taught me to interview the company I was working for, where it was less about me convincing them I was worthy and them trying to convince me to accept the offer. It's important to show that you have standards and expectations that you expect the company to uphold. Current company promised that they would help me grow into more senior roles during the interview, and every time I think I've reached the limits of my role I bring up their promise and we discuss whether or not a promotion, raises in line, and if it isn't, what I need to do and what they need to do to help me get there.
I had been employed at a bank doing what is known as the update. It was updating the bank's mainframe computer system from the day's banking so that everything could be posted and ready for the next day's work. I was the only one in the area who was ever hired for that job that could do it correctly. I quit the job to go back to school, and a couple of years later, I was approached literally in the grocery store by my supervisor, who just straight up said, if you ever want that job back we'd be glad to have you. I needed a job, so I told her to put me down the next time the job was open. She told me it wouldn't be very long, and within a few days she was calling me and asking me to come in for an interview. There was no question. From the time I walked in the door I went into the computer room. I looked at the computer terminal, which was basically the same. The function sheet, that is the checklist that we were supposed to use, was basically the same. They said, do you have any questions? And I said, when do I start? They looked at each other and just said, when would you like to start?
Because you lot lack the backbone to decide for it yourselves, I'll start on Monday.
I'm a big fan of money. I like it, I use it, I have a little. I keep it in a jar on top of my refrigerator. I'd like to put more in that jar. That's where you come in.
I ask everyone something like this: why should I hire you over another candidate? I had one guy reply, I can think of a reason. Don't say that.
You didn't come here to make a choice, you've already made it. You came here to try to understand why you've made that choice. I'll be starting tomorrow. With a little Jedi hand wave to seal the deal.
A high midi-chlorian count, I have.
I'm armed and I'm desperate.
Because I'm the best goddamned burger flipper in Saginaw County, and this Wendy's can't afford not to hire me. When the other person says I can lick my elbow greater than I hit him with rolling my stomach, why should you hire me? No, why should I work for you? I've got an MBA, a master's in being amazing.
Being a manager, you have a lot to worry about. Hire me and you can check that worry off your list.
I often ask candidates what makes them a good candidate for the position. I want to make sure they understand what the role is, and how they can apply their skills, interests, and background to the position. In my opinion, the best answer to this question is one which demonstrates that you have a particular skill or some special sauce that you can apply to the work or the team to make it better. Most jobs, even ones which require specialized skills, can be done by multiple people who have the needed skill set. What interesting or unique aspect can you personally provide that sets you apart?
I had a GF who once got a job, at a very young age 22, at a major book publisher by saying something to the effect of "I may not know how to do everything, but if you give me 20 minutes I'll figure out how."
If you lack experience, you say my lack of experience also means I lack bad habits, and since I'm a quick learner, I would come to you with a clean slate that would give you the chance to mold me into the exact type of employee you want on your team.
I know a guy who can get us donuts, because I am desperate, I need money, haven't eaten in 2 days, and, most importantly, because you shouldn't be messing around with someone in my position while being at a cum shot distance.
For the same reason that this $100 bill is no more than 100 pennies.
Because I'm your daughter, and you told me to apply.
"'Cause my dick is small," I recently said because I'm a badass. To be transparent, it was for an internal position in another department, so I happened to know that was the right kind of humor for the individual interviewing me.
Because I'm incredibly lazy, and that makes me very good at creating efficiencies and automating things.
If you don't, I will spoil the end game for you.
One of the first jobs I ever had, interviewing for a fast food place. I leaned in, looked him dead in the eye and said, "Because I'll be the best fucking employee you've ever hired." Nailed it. Worked there for over a year.
Because I take pride in whatever job I do, and I don't mind doing the jobs that everyone hates, like cleaning the bathroom or something. Why should I work here? Edit. Obviously it depends on the job, but with certain fields and people it might intrigue them at least.
Because I can do the job.
Because, I'll never give you up, let you down, I'll never run around and hurt you, I'll never make you cry, say goodbye, again, I'll never run around, or desert you.
I need beer money and this job is piss easy.
You wouldn't have called me for the interview if you didn't think I could do the job.
Do you really want to waste more of your time?
I know there's a lot of people trying to be sarcastic or unique, but I always say something along the lines of that I have something to bring to the table. I'm a quick learner and I'm excited about being here. We all know what kind of answer they're looking for. If you want to be different or tough or special, sure, go for it, but they want to hear about your good qualities. They don't want to hear how snarky you can be.
Because, why not?
I got asked, tell me why should we hire you and not any of the other applicants? I said no. I don't know anything at all about the other applicants, and I know a lot less than you know about what kind of a person will do well here and will succeed here. You're the one with the experience and information and perspective here. I'm not going to act like I know better than you do in this situation. If you asked me about something I have experience and skill in, I'll challenge you if I think you're wrong. But you're the expert on this topic, not me.
Need the $H. NiceTryMonster.com.
Why should I work for you? You know, I've always been extremely passionate about not starving to death, because I am the chosen one. Why the fuck not? I'll give you head.
I went for an interview as a bagger in retail. When the manager asked me this question, I responded with, I've been pretending to care about people and their problems my entire life. Not only did I get the job, I make 30 cents more per hour than any other associate in the store. Apparently bullshit is expected.
Q's I'll give you 110%.
You should do what you think is best. I'm not going to try and sell myself to you. If you have found me, you know my work or were referred to me by someone who knows my work. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to look into this arbitrator's soul to determine if he's going to be honest or not. Thank you.
Fuck your corporate mind games. Walks out. The type of company that asks this during an interview has no shortage of candidates. They are probably stepping on one another outside the door. As a result, they can play these stupid games of betting you against your coworkers. They don't give a shit about you. You are irrelevant and implacable to them. They will say it's a 9-to-5 job, but then you go in and you realize that everyone is there 12 hours a day, fighting for that promotion. You will burn out in 4 years and quit. I would find a company who appreciates me and wants me to work there. Take a look at my CV and test my knowledge, make a decision if you need me and give me an offer. Cut the bullshit.
Can you get to that door before I get to you?
Because you like me.
Because I can reach the top shelf without a ladder? Context: I'm 6'2" and work in an Asian value store. Not that Asians can't be tall, but I don't think any of them here are over 5'5".
Y'all are desperate as hell for warm bodies, right? Check my temperature and see if I'm warm.
I need the money.
If you don't hire me, your competition will. Take a chance, would ya?
Because it would be a missed opportunity for you not to hire me.
Because I can do this. Flicks tongue really fast while going "Got hired on the spot.
Why shouldn't you? Because I'm already here.
I knew who else interviewed, so I hammered on the people want to work for someone they respect. The other person who interviewed was well known to be disliked by their team.
My very first job, the guy told me he didn't think I was suited for the job. It was in retail, as in the men's clothing section of a mall. I basically told him he was full of shit and he was misjudging me. Got the job.
Because I'm amazing freaking J, but I use my real name.
Somebody's gotta do it.
Because I was willing to waste my time and effort on this interview.
Because I can laugh like Woody the Woodpecker on demand.
Because I will fuck everything up.
Because I'm punctual and I want to fuck your wife. I'm the tallest in the waiting room.
Because out of everyone in this room, I bet I am the only person who knows how to fix your photocopier.
I like to win. I am the best. If I am not the best, I will seek out the best and learn, then be better. Why should I work for XXXX?
Because I'm the best.
If you don't, I'll come into work and do the job anyway.
Because I have the only antidote. Did you enjoy your coffee? Because I'll wage undercut the actually most qualified person by 3%.
Well, I looked at the schedule while you were looking for paperwork and I gotta say you're running a skeleton crew. Also, the grass has grown up over your help wanted sign. I think you need to give me this job as much as I need you to give me this job. Because I don't give up and I know where your company is.
Don't you mean, what can we offer you to get you to work here?
Because I have used your product. Trust me, you need me. I've heard success with because if you do, you very well may get a quality employee. If you do not, you may never know. Even if I am bad, which by no stretch do I think I am, it is only a short temporary setback equivalent to your situation now, or something like that, probably not so formal, haha.
I'm here. You need someone to do the job. Let's do it, man. High five.
You are interviewing me because you know that I would be a good fit. I can bring a lot of experience to the table and I am a quick learner.
I mean, my driver's ed teacher never once took an education class, but gave a presentation on modes at his interview and got hired.
Because I'm the most qualified person for the job you'll speak to, and I can prove it mathematically. The help wanted sign said you desperately need another employee, and as my resume shows, I can do a lot better than this place.
I will make your life somewhat easier.
My experience speaks for me. Ed literally said that to an interviewer, and got the job almost immediately. They knew who they had sitting in front of them, and they weren't going to get another one like me for a very long time. Too bad they fucked up and didn't even consider any of my suggestions that comes from my experience and wasted all of the skills I have that they said they so desperately needed. Quit the job after a year and a half and wound up at a much better place. Me, I know what you did last summer. Boss, you're hired.
Because I can drink ketchup and scroll Reddit at the same time.
Because I'm 17 and I need money, please.
Considering what I saw at a mall store interview earlier. Well, I actually put effort into dressing appropriately for this interview by not wearing a hoodie, leggings, and sneakers, therefore I actually care about getting, and keeping, this job.
Yeah. Like you could do better for the shit pay you're offering. I got asked this once. My response, because I'm a badass. Needless to say, after the interviewers composed themselves, I gave them a compelling list and got the job.
Poor Dev. I inspected your web properties. You need me.
I'd say my greatest weakness is that I'm too easy to hire.
I told my interviewer, I'm fucking awesome. Got hired, been with the same company for 5.5 years. I have your wife and daughter locked in the trunk of my car.
I think it's important for people to demonstrate their qualities when answering this question rather than stating it. Because anybody can just say good stuff about them.
You have no choice.
You should hire me because you put up a sign saying you needed people with exactly my experiences and credentials in this position. If you don't want me, I will take down your sign because it's wrong.
I was asked this just last week. The question was, why should we hire you over another candidate? I was totally honest with them. I said because I'm honest, reliable and a dedicated hard worker. But then again, I'm sure that's what everyone else has said to you, and they're probably telling you the truth just like I am. I'm not going to sit here and tell you why you should hire me over someone else. That's entirely your decision to make. I probably have nothing more to offer you than any other candidate. The truth is, I can't tell you why you should hire me over someone else, because I don't know why you should. I'm no different to everyone else that has come to you with a job application. My first day was yesterday.
Why wouldn't you? Because if you don't, you'll never eat chicken McNuggets in this town, again.
I might be annoying, but I get results.
Current job asked me this and had headhunted me from one of their customers. It caught me off guard and I bluntly told the GM, "You approached me for this job, so obviously you know why you should hire me." In context, I didn't say it flippantly or arrogantly. He was reading from a script, it seemed like, and the question didn't really fit the interview. I was also asked where do you see yourself in 5 years, and my response was, that's a tough question to answer. 5 years is a long time. I'm looking at leaving my current employer because the opportunities I'm looking for aren't there. If the opportunities I'm looking for aren't here in a year or 5 years, I'll be looking somewhere else again. Give the hard work to the lazy people, you will get it in time and will not have a case of overworking employees on the back.
Because I make mistakes. And a lot of them. I'm not perfect, in fact I'm flawed. I won't learn on the first try. But I will try again and perfect what I'm doing, so it's up to my perfectionist standards. I'm resilient and I'll work to fulfill my role each day, because you guys are low on workers. And it looks like you guys need help.
During my last interview, I said something like, you need some young talented mind that has a different perspective. Someone who sees things different. By the way, searching for someone who may fit better could cost you a lot more time and money. Hiring me to test out how it turns out will be cheaper. I will quit my main job in 3 months if we fit, otherwise I will leave if we do not fit. They hired me, we match perfectly and are now deep in building a new department within the company, and both sides learn a lot. Know what you are worth and stand up to it. Be straightforward. No one wants employees that do not know what they can do. Side note, knew my now boss for a long time on a personal level through family, and we came in contact by surprise during an event from my job back then.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you for watching. We publish amazing Reddit stories every day. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe to keep the dog smiling.